everybody here for our 30th anniversary celebration of Chestnut Hill Rotary Club. Thank you. To kick us off today, we are definitely changing things up. So I'm going to read a little something that I prepared just to set the stage for our meeting this morning. Today, we celebrate an extraordinary milestone, 30 years of walking together in service. Since our founding in 1995, the same year Toy Story hit the theaters and DVDs were first introduced, our club has taken countless steps toward making a meaningful difference, locally and globally. I often think about my dad, who served this club faithfully for 24 years. He would have loved this celebration. Week after week, he walked from his home on Germantown Avenue to our Wednesday morning meetings here, taking more than 6 million steps, as was calculated by the Reverend Brian Russo. With purpose, conviction, and humility. His dedication reflects the heart of Rotary, service above self. His steps remind me that every act of service, no matter how small, leads us further on the path toward change. Over 3 decades, we have walked this path together. We have been distributing dictionaries to young students, supporting international missions, lifting up community partners, and most recently, welcoming a wave of new members who bring fresh energy and vision. Our growth is not just in numbers, but in renewed commitment. I am deeply proud to serve alongside such a remarkable, compassionate, and driven group. Together, we continue to walk forward, united by shared values and a belief that service transforms lives, including our own. Here's to the next chapter of walking united for good. Thank you, and I have a few orders of business to take care of before we really take the plunge into celebrating our past. One, we have a wonderful display in the back of the room supporting one of our organizations, Paduta. So all of the items there have been made by students, and Barbara Wybar is in charge of that effort and wearing some of the lovely materials.
Paper bead necklaces, you name it, we got it.
Feel free to stop by there and support that effort. Pam Rich-Wheeler, I'm not sure if she's in the room today, but she was featured in the Rotary District Dispatch. So check out her member profile in the recent edition if you have not done so already, and congratulations to Pam. We have lots of community partners in the room today, and in fact, I wanted to take a minute to ask all of our guests in attendance today to rise and be recognized. So anybody who's here as a guest, please stand. Thank you so much. This is what we do. Rotary is about partnerships, and thank you for making that possible. We want to be in the community. We're all about service, so let's keep working together. Again, unite for good. We can all do better and serve our community that way. I'd like to invite one of our guests up to the podium today to receive a check face to face.
Face Germantown is one of our long-standing partners in the community. They do such good work on the ground, serving the neediest in our immediate community, and they have a lot of support. We do what we can and support them in any way we can. So I'm happy to present this check this year for $1,000.
Thank you so much.
And one of their biggest, probably your biggest fundraisers is the Trot. So the Turkey Trot, which you're probably familiar with, the race down on the Forbidden Drive over Thanksgiving, is their biggest fundraiser. You make it so much money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, am I right?
Like 300,000.
Crazy. So what we did was we sponsored.
Not nearly enough. No.
Not nearly enough. So we sponsored the turkey trot, which in addition to going straight to the good work that they do, there's a little bit of a benefit to us in that our logo and everything is represented on their marketing materials, so that's a win-win. And also, with our sponsorship comes 4 race slots. So if there's anybody in the room that wants to have a free registration to the turkey trot, let me know, and I will put you in touch with Face to Face on how to get you or pick up your registration packet.
I just want to say thank you for the years and years of collaborations and support that you've given Face to Face. I am so deeply grateful, and every time I hear this, I think of our values of hospitality, mutuality, and transformation, which really cuts across all the divides society tells us are real. Today I asked Ava Obrecht, one of our attorneys, to come with us because I think she can speak best to one small part of the work we do. Ava?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I wanted to tell you all a bit about what Face to Face does. So we're a community center in Germantown. We provide numerous different services, but the heart of our organization is our dining room. So 5 days a week, we provide free breakfast and lunch for anyone who walks through our doors. We partner with a local organic farm and provide fresh produce to the guests that come into our building. We offer mental health services, physical health services. We offer social work, housing navigation, and then we have a legal center, which is where I work. So in our legal center, we help with numerous different legal issues. We help folks apply for Social Security disability. We help low-income homeowners with repairs to their home, as well as help seniors and low-income homeowners who are in foreclosure save their home.
Thank you again for the work that you do to make our community a better place to work, live, and play. And next up, in keeping with our mission, obviously we have long-term partners like Face to Face, but we also take care of folks around the world in crisis. So I wanted to invite Tim Seger up to the podium.
So I watched.
Come on up, Tim.
Oh, thank you. I have a pretty loud voice. So I was watching CNN a few days ago about the devastation in Jamaica. And for those of you who didn't really look at what happened with Hurricane Melissa, it went up the western side of Jamaica. The east side is Kingston, Jamaica, so the capital was fine, but the west side really got slammed, and the housing was just absolutely leveled, and electric and water and all sorts of services are out. If you would like to donate for relief in Jamaica, Rotary, one of the great things about Rotary is because we have international clubs. We have a club in Kingston, Jamaica that is accepting donations, and we can collect those donations from you, and we will send them down to Kingston, and they of course will distribute it to people in need in the western part of Jamaica without any administrative fee or all the other things that happens with other organizations. But it's a great opportunity. You can send me a check, bring them at my home, and if you need that, just let me know. Or you can write a check and bring it to the meeting next week. Or the easiest actually is on our website, go on there and you can make a donation through PayPal on the website. Anyway, thank you very much. And for everybody's generosity, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim, for spearheading that effort. Next, we have 2 special guests in the room today, and I want to invite Pat DeMay from the Abington Glenside Club to the podium today. She is also our district assistant governor. Pat?
Hello, I just wanted to tell you who I am. I am Cathy May. I am with the Glenside Abington Club and have been a member for about 20 years. But I am really here to introduce Jan, our district governor. So Jan has been a Rotarian since 2016 after a 30-year career in higher education administration. She is a member of the Phoenixville Club, and she joined them because she wanted to get to know more about her community after her working life in Philadelphia. During her first year as a Rotarian, she went on a Rotary mission in Myanmar as a non-medical volunteer. And in the 2 weeks there, the team of medical professionals closed 100 cleft palates and did cleft lip surgeries. She then became the Gundaker Foundation representative for her club, and soon found herself as president of Gundaker for 2 years during the pandemic. She has become the club president for 2 years and helped the club operate differently. She's married, 2 sons, 3 granddaughters, and this summer her husband became a Rotarian. May I introduce Jan?
Well, thank you very much for the invitation to be here on this special occasion. It's really wonderful. And I want to, I have a couple of awards that I'd like to give, if that's okay. I have a governor's award for one of your outstanding members. Jay Penny, would you come forward, please? Where I put your notes. Well, Jay, here is an award for all of the work that you have done, not only for your club, but for the whole district. I know that you have been extremely helpful to me. I call you constantly when I can't figure out how to use DAC-DB or how to get a graphic in my newsletter, and we appreciate all the good work that you've done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And I'd like to call Cathy forward, please. And I'd like to give all of you a Governor's Award for your wonderful 30-year history. Thank you very much for all of the great, wonderful work that you're all doing. I hope you have at least another 30 years, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. This is for you. This is for you. Thank you so much for your remarks. It's great to hear about not just, we know what's happening here, but on a more regional basis. So that information is very valuable. I want to pause and just say thank you to the folks who are responsible for today's event. Lots of people did a lot of work, from decorations to food to setting up the room and making the program, but there are a couple individuals that I want to call attention to. So Jay, David, Hawkins, Elliot, and Helena, if you could just stand for a second and be recognized for your efforts. Thank you very much. They put together this wonderful booklet and really led the cause. It was about a year ago that Helena came up to me and she said, you know, it's our 30th anniversary, but I think we should recognize it. And boom, here we are, Helena. So thank you so much. All right, let's go, Elliot. We're gonna get it started.
I'm a little guy.
You want me to get those out of your way?
Well, yeah, just little, you know, make room for little people. Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, we're trying to capture 30 years in 30 minutes. November 95, 30 years ago, the official start of the Rotary Club at Chestnut Hill. In my life, it was the end of a 31-year career in the Garden Center. My wife had recently opened an art gallery in Chestnut Hill and asked me to help out. One day, Jerry Willis, a charter member of the club, came to me to tell me about a new Rotary being formed. I, of course, asked, what is Rotary? When he told me about a group of people getting together to make the world a better place, I was intrigued. He said, come to a meeting at the Chestnut Hill Hotel and try it. I'm still here. I tell people all the time, if you come to Rotary, you will learn something new every week. I've estimated I probably have attended about 1,500 meetings, visited clubs in Nassau, Maui, and attended 2 international conferences in Toronto and Houston. Certainly Rotary has changed my life. There's no way I could have possibly met so many new people. Let's look back. Okay, Jay, 30 years ago at the charter dinner, you had the charter dinner? Okay. Founding members. We have several here. Would you mind standing up, the charter members from the club who have returned? Alex Cook, were you a charter member? All right.
My name up there.
Your name's up there? Yeah, your name is up there. Okay. In addition to that, Phil Tankle is another one who's not able to make it.
Philadelphia had 600 people, and 600 people in one club was a lot. So they decided that they'd add 3 more clubs within the district. And Chestnut Hill was being born at that point.
I've been a member of the Chestnut Hill Rotary since its very beginning, when we were incorporated as a Rotary Club in 1995, and we had worked hard to get to that point, because in order to meet the criterion for being a certified club, you had to have at least 18 members. So we were recruiting friends and people we thought would be an asset to Rotary. And so when we reached that number and went a little bit over it, we celebrated with our dinner at the cricket club. Trying to get Chestnut Hill to understand what it means to be a service club, what it means to have a group of all different kinds of people coming together to make this corner of the world a little bit better. I have friends that I count as real friends, that my life would not have intersected with them were it not for Rotary. I would get my husband to come. He didn't necessarily want to join, but he was a first-generation American. His family came here from Germany, and so he was a real an expert on the phenomenon of the Holocaust, and so I would get him to come to Rotary and to talk about that and what we could, the human condition. And so Elliot stayed and talked to him. They set up meetings to get together and talk about the different perspectives coming from a German point of view, a Jewish point of view, and when my husband was in the hospital, Elliot and Carol Schwartz would visit him and they would talk. And so my husband died, and then Carol died. Elliot's wife died, very, very close together. And so Elliot arranged a trip in Carol's honor to go to the Holy Land, to Jerusalem, and he said, "And Maxine, I need for you to go." And so it was just a transformative moment in my life, and it wouldn't have happened without Rotary. And it was a very, very special time. But those are things I treasure, and his friendship. But there's so many people that my life, in my life's journey, our paths would never have crossed.
Over the years, leadership is a key factor of our club. In your brochures are a list of the past presidents that we've had. And I'd like at this point to ask our past presidents if they could rise for a moment and be recognized. Thank you. And we have room for more leaders in the future. Fundraisers have always been a major part of Rotary. We give back 100% of the money that we raise, such as saw today with Mary Kay, Face to Face, and other people in the room. Not many organizations can claim they give back 100%. Several fundraisers we've had over the years, and again in your book will be a listing of all the fundraisers, but we had to have one crazy one that happened a number of years ago. And there's a crazy guy in the back of the room named Alex Cook, who came to Rotary Club and said, I got an idea for a fundraiser. I said, Alex, what is this? He said, well, we're going to get ducks, and we're going to put them in a schuylkill, and we're going to raise a lot of money. So we had to go to Duck U in Scottsdale, Arizona, and spending a couple days alone with Alex Cook was enough of a trip. Okay? So we ended up selling 10,000 rubber ducks. We actually went to Steve Jordan's warehouse at the time, and we had to number every one of the ducks. It was absolutely crazy. So that's a picture of the duck. So it seemed like a simple idea. You dump the ducks in the schuylkill, and then you have a little chute that captures the ducks when it comes down. Very, very simple. So I go into the schuylkill I have a chute to hold the winning duck when it comes through. We got a prize of a MG. You have a picture of the winning prize? So I was able to get a car from David Fellner from Mount Airy Motors donated. I'm not sure if the car ever ran, but I got it. That's actually me. I have to say that for Patricia, that picture would be skinnier, let's put it that way. So it was a simple idea. We're going to dump these ducks. We sold them for $5 a piece, but for $20 you would get 5. We ended up selling around 10,000 ducks. It was absolutely crazy. So we dump a truck up from Antioch, and they're in there. I'm in the schuylkill. I don't know where Alex was. Maybe he was hiding out. And we're waiting there, and no ducks come down. We know we started with 10,000. I'm now in the schuylkill. Fortunately, there's a big rock, and it was, I guess, low tide at the time. I'm in the schuylkill, no ducks. Steve, where the hell are the ducks? Steve Jordan walked up the schuylkill, and the ducks were all blown against the side of the bank. Steve walked up to the schuylkill. It was unbelievable. And he got them loose. Meanwhile, 10,000 ducks came down at one time. It was impossible. The ducks were on a rental basis. I don't know how many we ended up losing and making. I can't even remember how much money we made. Anyway, it was quite an adventure in this club, and it seems to always come up, always come up. So this is the car. I don't remember who won. So that's Maxine, that's me, that's David Fellner. I don't know who the other people, that's Bright Judson maybe in the back? Yeah, that's in the duck costume is Steve Bauer. And Alex, that's you in the back with your daughter, in the shoulder, in the back.
Who's driving? Is that Alex?
Well, the car didn't move, it was no problem, the car didn't move.
Who's in there?
It's Allison.
Looks like Rebecca.
It was, I don't know.
Is it
who it
Allison?
is.
Allison?
Anyway, so that was one of our former fundraisers, and we had a lot of fun with it, a lot of aggravation. The second year we decided to try it again, go through the schuylkill, we did the canal, and we put the ducks, there's a little canal, and we put the ducks on one end of the canal, and we sold a whole lot of ducks, and then the ducks had to come down. All of a sudden, the current changed in the canal. We had to pick up all the ducks and put them on the other side. Anyway, that was the end of the Duckie Derby, so it was a good idea at the time. We had fun with it. And most of our fundraisers are really fun. We do Super Bowl, we do bingo, lots of fun. The best thing we do every year is our Lobster Fest. So the Lobster Fest was brought to us by Bright Judson, who you saw was one of our charter members. And we do this every year, and we hope to raise somewhere in the neighborhood of $30,000 every year, and it's just a fun night. So those of you who have not attended, make sure you attend next year, sometime in September. We have it lined up, and it's an amazing thing. Bright had it on her farm in Hatboro, and when we started the club, she said, I got this great idea. This was a good idea. Duckie Derby was not a good idea. This was a good idea. So we're still doing it every year, and it's really been fabulous.
Charitable contributions raised by the Rotary Club of Chestnut Hill are used to support organizations both locally and internationally, to support education, improve communities, fight disease, protect the environment, and respond to disasters. These charitable and humanitarian organizations are the finest examples of what we can do together to make the world a better place.
Well, we don't want to talk even say that word. I'm going to have ice, seltzer, and water delivered at 3. We don't want to get that too early either, but we need to get everything on ice. If that's
Do you know Ariel?
Euro? That's not so.
I love that.
That's what they look like when I put them in the pot.
The lobster is here left.
That looks delicious. Yeah. Look at that.
We have a winner round 1. Enjoy your coffee and media and survey. B13.
B13 is good.
B16. I-16.
I-16 is good.
G59.
G59 is good.
O61.
O61 is good.
Rotary is a group of people who have come together because they value what we can do. We leverage our money, we leverage our energy, our time in trying to make things better.
The 3 words that I would use to describe Rotary, first is friendship, second is hard work, but hard work in a great way, and then service to the community.
I would say giving. People that are attracted to our club in particular are people who want to give of themselves. I would say purpose. I mean, Rotary gives me a purpose, and it also has a purpose.
So that's an idea of some of the money, somehow we raise the money, and then where does our money go? So I'd like to introduce Rebecca Anwar to talk about our international and what we do to give our money internationally. So 40% of the money we raise goes to international. Sylvie's in charge of the international committee. They decide, but many, many years ago, Rebecca came to us with this idea, and it was not a crazy idea. But Rebecca, would you? Rebecca Anwar, one of the charter members of our club.
I'm known for breaking things right away, but anyway. When this club first started in the early days, we were learning about different committees and what they belong, what they represented, and so just about that time, that was in maybe 97. Anyway, about that time, a friend of mine from graduate school came to visit me, and she was celebrating her 50th year of being a Sister of Mercy. And so she was here to find a volunteer to manage an orphanage in Guyana. And the orphanage was called St. John Bosco Orphanage. So I was thinking, you know, I can do that. And so I said, okay, I'll go. I've never been to South America. It's a small country, and at that time, it was one of the poorest countries in North America. South America, sorry. And so I thought, well, why not? So I found out it was a boys' orphanage, and there were 50 boys, and I was going to be in charge. So I thought, well, I think I'm going to tell Maxine about this situation. And so I talked to Maxine, and she looked at me and she said, now, Becky, I want to tell you something. That is a perfect international project for Rotary. I said, well, you're okay. So anyway, we went, and I was very happy that I went on that little lark. I flew to Guyana, never knowing what I was seeing. I was looking out the window, and there were no lights. And then there were a few little flickers. Well, they don't have a whole lot of light down there. But anyway, I fell in love with the boys, and I've been going ever since. And so that was 1998 when I first started, and I stayed a month, and I knew I'd return. So I was a Rotary volunteer for 22 years, and several of the Rotarians have gone with me to Guyana. The first one was Phil Tankle's daughter, a high school student, and I really think it changed her life. And then two Interact students went 1 year. Bonnie Simon was past president. She went 1 year. And Susan Bray, who was a medical doctor, went 1 year. And Carol Bates, the photographer. And so we had a lot of different expertise from Rotary. In addition, Rotary International did a lot of support for me. The International gave grants and travel expenses sometimes, and district grants were coming in, but a lot of the Rotary clubs in the district got involved, and it was really a great fun international Rotary project. And we still fund projects today. So, 30 years ago.
There is just a tremendous opportunity to really have your voice heard in terms of participating and creating new ideas that can be pursued by Rotary and their members. It's about engaging the world in terms of solving real-world problems and being a part of that solution.
I love the service aspect of Rotary. Service above self is what it really is, but it really is that. And it's really, really satisfying.
My favorite service projects are those where you roll up your sleeves. It's fun getting in and actually shoveling some dirt or painting a wall. Those are the things I like to do.
One of my favorite memories is the lending library at John Story Jenks. That first year, I wanted to ensure that children had actual books in their hands. And so members of the club joined me one Saturday, and we painted bookshelves, cleared out the space, and made it ready to receive all the beautiful books that are now in the hands of our students.
Rotary Club has a tradition for the last few years at least of giving dictionaries to children in local schools. And when I found out the reactions that children have, and it's not just a gift, it's access to knowledge, but just to have something that was their own. And I just found that very sort of touching.
So 40% of our money goes internationally as an example of one thing we support, and 60% goes locally. I've asked Corinne Scioli to come up from Jenks, and Corinne's one of our newer members, and she just happened to be an old friend, and I grabbed her off the street one day.
Oh my
So don't hang around me.
Okay, it is such an honor to be here today in this celebratory moment, celebrating 30 years of Uniting for Good, being part of global service. And I prepared just a couple little slides up here. First, momentous occasion, getting pinned by Elliot, who I have known for decades. He saw my family grow up, and when I became the principal at Jenks in Chestnut Hill, he said, well, do I have a place for you to go? And he introduced me to this wonderful organization that has aligned beautifully with my core mission as a human, which is all about service and global service. I've been an educator for over 30 years and the principal at Jenks Academy for the Arts and Sciences in Chestnut Hill for 5 years. I want to shout out my colleague, Tammy Thomas, who is the principal in Philadelphia over at Edmonds and Emlyn. Emlyn. The work we do is hard. It's hard work, but we do it for a love for service. And partnering with the Chestnut Hill Rotary has provided us with the core values of the Rotary's mission, supporting education, improving communities, disaster response, fighting disease, and protecting the environment. And we've seen that at Jenks. So we have become an authorized international baccalaureate school. We received that distinction early this fall, and a lot of the vision for international baccalaureate ties in with Rotary. Not only did the Rotary implement and support my first vision coming in to be the principal of the school right after the pandemic, so we're coming back to 100% in-person learning, and I knew we needed a library. We needed to get books in kids' hands once again, remove them from the laptops and computers, and there we are painting a library, getting books together. It was just tremendous work that happened with all of the partnership in all of our hands. I want to thank our Rotary president, Cathy, whose tremendous generosity and in honor of her father, Ned, supported the growth of our library. We have a special section of our library called Student Selections. Our students fill out a Google form every time they visit of books they want to see in the library, and that shelf comes to life each week with new books. And so we honor that memory. Her parents were very active at Jenks. They were part of the first PTA that led reading to kids, which is something that we continuously do. Rotary not only supports our education in indoors, but also outdoors. We also built an outdoor classroom and a lot of planting that's been happening due to Rotary's support, as well as our playground. The Jenks playground, which is loved by so many here in Chestnut Hill, has been in renovations, and we're really appreciative of everybody's support. So the other piece here about our 5th grade exhibition, which is tied to International Baccalaureate, I had a meeting with a couple of our Rotarians and talked about how can we get this global mindset into the hands of our students. And so our kids read our newsletter. Our 5th graders read the Rotary newsletter to learn more about global service. When Elliot said, you learn something every week that you come here, it really blew my mind to learn like all the different facets that Rotary gets involved in. I wish I could come more often, but I have a whole building to run, so it's kind of difficult. So through that research, our kids do an exhibition, and they supported the hospital Meals on Wheels, but the one that I was so impressed by was Shelter Box, that I only learned about from coming to Rotary. So our kids are making that impact and seeing global service. And then pictured here, this was just a tremendous moment. So we talk about connections, right? I had a family that moved to Chestnut Hill, immigrated here, and had nothing. Didn't have uniforms, shoes. It was the holidays, and we have some funding, but
Cathy said, what do you need? And we were doing like a toy drive, like a playground drive. And I said, you know, instead of balls and jump rope, I could really use help with this family. And boy, I just ran right over. They had filled tubs of school uniforms and shoes and gifts, and it was just tremendous, right? That impact that we can make. I think I have one more slide, right? Or is this the one? One more. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, we went to that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And then, so the artwork I also wanted to feature was, thanks to the generosity of the club, we were also able to improve our arts. We're Jenks Academy for the Arts and Sciences, and we have over a dozen 3D printers at our school in our art maker space due to the donations that Rotary supported us with. It provides our students with the opportunity to just be really innovative and include visual arts with performing arts. So anyone that wants to come on over, we're right down the street. My drawer is always open. We do a lot of great work in partnership with Rotary. One other announcement I would like to make, so not only did we become an International Blue Ribbon School, Jenks will also be receiving a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence Award in December, and so we're really proud of that. There will be a press release, so more to come, and really appreciate your partnership. And thank you, Elliot, for introducing me to this.
Thank you for all the good work you do also. And it was worthwhile meeting you on the beach. for many other reasons too, but that was good reasons. Over the years, we've lost a certain amount of members. We prepared a video that Jay's done an incredible job with. I'd like to show that video now. touching looking at 30 years, and I knew everybody, and knew everybody very well. I want to thank you for coming. Jay, thank you for your incredible videos. David for putting the book together. Helena, whose crazy idea came up with this about a year ago. Denise for heading up all the food, and everybody, I thank you. Come join us at Rotary. Cathy.
Again, just in closing, thank you for being here. We're excited to celebrate our history, and it is on the shoulders of those that came before us that we will walk forward together, united for good.